Welcome back to episode 3. Previously, we got the space elevator up. That's epic. We also got a little bit of automation done. In this episode, though, we're going to do something a little bit different, but kind of the same. We're going to be setting up the products needed to launch our first package into space. We're going to be making 50 smart plating. We're also going to be doing some unlocks on this. I would like to get the resource sync program. Logistics Mark II would be nice as well. And then we're going to be unlocking through the space elevator Tier 3 and Tier 4. And if we have enough time in the episode, we will also be going to collect a little bit of quartz, which is, again, way over there. With that, let's get started. Okay, so part 1 on today's docket, smart plating. We need 50 smart plating. Now, according to this recipe, one reinforced iron plate and one rotor makes one smart plating. Well, that is true, but as you can see, you can only make them in groups of 2. Now, in this assembler that we unlocked in the previous episode, we need 2 reinforced iron plates and 2 rotors per minute to make 2 smart plating per minute. Seems simple. All we have to do is set up another assembler for the reinforced iron plates. Now, to make reinforced iron plates, you need 30 iron plates per minute and 60 screws per minute to make 5 reinforced iron plates per minute. Okay, that doesn't seem that bad. Until you realize that in the constructor, you can only use one constructor to make 20 iron plates per minute. So, we have to make 2 constructors. We also need those 60 screws per minute, but a constructor only makes 40 per minute. Okay, so we'll just make 2 constructors for 80 per minute. Now we have the 60. And some. Well, that uses 10 iron rods per minute. Well, iron rods in the constructor make 15 per minute. We need 20. So, we make 2 constructors. We also need rotors. 20 iron rods per minute and 100 screws per minute make 4 rotors per minute. But as we have just explained, a constructor can only make 40 screws per minute. So, we would need 120 per minute. That's 3 constructors. We also need 20 iron rods per minute. The constructor makes 15 per minute, so we would need 2. Now, instead of going with each individual item, such as just the rotors or just the reinforced iron plates, we can balance it all together because it all fits. And let me explain to you how. This is all we need aside from the smelters to make the ingots. We have our smart plating made in that assembler, or rotors and reinforced iron plates made in those 2 assemblers. That group of 4 right there makes our screws. This group of 2 makes our regular iron plates. That group of 4 makes the iron rods. Now, we can balance it all out by using the 4 constructors at 15 per minute to make 60 iron rods per minute, which flows into exactly what we need. Same thing for the screws, because the screws are created with the rods, but we also need rods for that. So it's a big game of loading and balancing. So I'm going to go tear down those 2 miners and the assembly we have right there and start what we need for all of this. Alright, so now that we're done, this is what it looks like. Looks kind of messy. We have 2 miners feeding into 4 smelters, creating 120 iron ingots a minute, each one making 30. And then we have a row of constructors. These first 4 are making iron rods, and these last 2 are making iron plates. The iron plates are easy. The only thing that requires them is the assembler over here, which is making the reinforced iron plates. The rods get a little more complicated, because all these screws require rods, as well as the rotor assembly requires rods and screws. So in order to balance this properly, I've taken all of the iron rod producing constructors, they each produce 15 per minute, and I've combined them into one line that is putting out 60 per minute. Now that's the perfect number here because the rotors require 20, so I can just put a splitter here and split it into 3 rows of 20. And then these 2 rows of 20 here, I split again into 10s because you need each of these constructors to convert 10 iron rods per minute into 40 screws per minute. The other row of 20 again goes into the rotors, and the screws also get a little complicated. So all 4 of these screws are making, in total, I think it's 160? Yeah, 160 screws per minute. But it's not as simple as this where I can just combine them and then split them into 3, because to make the rotors, you need 100 screws per minute, and to make the reinforced iron plates, you need 60 per minute. So what I have devised here is I split one constructor of 40, split that into 2, making 20. I combined one side of 20 with 40 and 40 to make 100 and feed that into the rotor assembly. The other 20 goes into the last one, which is making 40 a minute, into 60, which goes into the reinforced iron plates. Now, the 5 reinforced iron plates per minute is what this creates, and the 4 rotors per minute is what this creates. Combining those 2 together into this creates 2 smart plates per minute. Now, you can just have the conveyor belt go directly to these entry ports on the space elevator. But once we get enough concrete, we're going to actually make platforms. This is all going to be a lot neater, and it's going to look a lot better. So I just opted to put them into a storage unit for now. But that is what proper load balancing usually ends up looking like. A lot of splitting into merging into splitting just to get the correct amount of resources onto the correct belt to make the correct thing, to then combine them to make the correct thing. It's kind of complicated, but that complicated process makes it a little bit easier to get all the stuff you need. And we need 50 smart plating. So we can just take that and head over to the space elevator to unlock more stuff. Now that we're ready to send our first package into space, let's load up the package. 50 out of 50. Load it in. Seal it. Now the fun part. Send it. And off she goes. Now that that has been sent up, we have unlocked New tiers. Now this is what I've been going for, kind of gunning for it pretty quick, is the coal power. Because with coal power, we get coal generators. Coal generators are a sustained energy source. Let's just select that milestone. See, with these biofuel generators, we're running low. You have to keep going around and making sure you have enough fuel in all of them to run what you need. With the coal generators, it's automated. You feed in some coal, you feed in some water, and it just makes power. And with the water extractor, you can automatically grab water. We already have the miners to automatically get the coal. So this is what I want to work towards. So now that we're working towards this, we no longer need to waste the materials on the smart plating for now. So we can get rid of this, get rid of this, all of this, and instead just stick a storage container in front of these. Alright, now those are being loaded up. Guess we're going to need 50 of these and 150 of those. In the meantime, let's go get us some quartz. Hey, look what I found on my way to go get some quartz. Not even that far from our little starter factory over there. Power slugs. I killed 2 creatures, defending myself. Picked up their hides. Hog remains. But the power slugs, pick those up. They are a pretty cool example in this game of,
This semi-slug seems to emit unfamiliar
shut up,
energy
woman.
reading.
Pretty, important in this game. They allow you to create what is known as power shards. Power shards are good because they allow you to overclock all of your machines. I usually don't use them. Well, I try not to use them as much in regular machines. I try more to use them in stuff like power plants. You know, you can overclock your coal generators, for example, and make double or triple the output of energy. So, as we're running around, I will be picking those up as well. Alright, we're here. Go ahead and place down some portable miners on these quartz nodes. Get those to start mining. Now that these are full, go ahead and grab from them and go back to the quartz tree. Can now research silica. Now I can research these, but I need 10 modular frames and 50 silica. Now, again, this is my bad habit, but I need 10 modular frames and 50 silica. So I have those. I can go over here and research the blade runners. And let's see if I have enough for this. I have the materials with me to research extra inventory slots, so I'm going to make some silica and unlock this. Now that we have enough silica to research it, let's go and get some extra inventory space. Alright, now that we're back at base, let's craft us some blade runners. We have all the stuff we need. We just need space in the inventory. Let's throw out some of this grass. And boom. Alright. So blade runners go in the leg slot. I really like them because, as you've seen, I've been slide jumping a lot just because it's faster. But when you slide jump by yourself with no assistance, or even just running around, it's a little slow. So we put on the boots, you go a lot faster, jump a lot higher. They're just all around really good. Love these boots. And with that, let's go check if we have enough to unlock coal power. We needed 150 reinforced iron plates. We have more than enough iron plates. We needed 50 rotors. We have more than enough rotors. And then we need cable. And we have more than enough cable. Got our reinforced iron plates, our rotors, and cables. And press the big red button. The rocket takes
Milestone
off.
reached. Coal is an improved alternative power source to biomass and can be fully automated if provided water with the note. Ensure the
And I think that's going to be it for this episode. Next episode, we are going to be doing a lot of coal power plant building. We are going to be going for milestone tier 3 basic steel production because we need steel beams and steel pipes for tier 4 expanded power infrastructure because these three things are a must have when building your factory. So until next time, have fun, do what you want. If you like the video, like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode.